Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing? Good morning. Yeah. I'm gonna back. Oh, okay, Tom, let me do that. All right, let me turn off this music. All right, I'll drop the link in the chat. I put it in Skype, but yeah, I can drop it in here since praise Jesus, we beat the trolls. Remember them trolls? Remember all them trolls we had to deal with? Uh, that was some rough times, man, but we got through it. Yes, we did. We got through it. Here is the link, my brother in Christ Jesus. Oh man, I feel so good today. I feel so at peace, I just feel at peace and I feel hope and joy, and just gratitude, you know, gratitude. And I'm really I'm really happy and proud of the group. I really am. Like, there's been some new additions, the last few months, and it's been some big personalities, right? Like, usually when you get new people, right, and it's big personalities that, eat up a big chunk of of the attention, right? That could be hard on a group, but you know what? We handled that really good. And I'm just really I'm really happy with that. Everybody really pulled together and was there for each other, even when um people had little spats and all that kind of stuff, right? I mean, it really is ironing itself all out. And all that's natural, all that's normal. This is a family, this is a body, right? And so um you know I this isn't a talk, like a Jenny Jones talk show or something like that, where it's drama, mama drama. This is a very niche topic to talk about truth and being a truther and being a Christian, a fundamentalist Christian, is a very small group. And so we are awake, and this is amazing. It's amazing because we are at the end, and God trusts us to be here. So let me get Tom, add him to the show. Hey Tom, welcome to the show. How are you doing today? Good morning.
Heidi ho. How's all my peeps doing today?
Oh man, I'm feeling great, man. I mean, great. I feel at peace. I feel rested. Yesterday I was feeling kind of yucky, like not really sick, but just kind of like, I don't know, yucky, I guess is the best way to say it.
Yeah, no, I crashed hard last night, boy. I needed it. I hadn't slept in about a week, really.
Right.
Went down about 10 o'clock or so, and I didn't wake up till like 6 this morning. I was like, whew, first time that's happened in about 8 months.
Solid, man. Solid.
I feel like I can conquer the day, bro. You know what I mean?
That's amazing, man. That's amazing. I'm glad that things are like coming together at this point, man.
Right.
And just when this world is falling apart, man.
Yeah,
And
it's so wicked out there. I mean, everyone is noticing it too, especially the Christians or people who are awake. They're seeing just how mean and evil, and I mean just even just people being more crabby. Not that they have to have some evil intent, but they're just not right. They just, their whole demeanor is off, and this whole thing is taking a toll on everybody, whether you realize it or not.
I think something's like affecting like people's empathy, because I remember people being more like caring for one another.
Right. No, a
Um,
lot of that's going away. Just like Cold Springs, I think was saying yesterday, she was talking about, people still wearing masks. You still, when you like when I see someone wearing a mask, I mean, it affects me in a negative way because I'm just like, how this far into it are you still that dumb?
Yeah.
If you're on your job and it's required, I understand that. When you're driving down the road in a vehicle by yourself and you got your diaper on, man, it's
Yeah.
like for real.
Especially this late in the game, man. Like it's time to wake up, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it just and the thing is, for those of us who are awake, it just every time we see that, it's just a reminder of what's really happening.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't escape it. That's why, like when I get up north, I escape everything. I escape the world, and it's just like there's so much peace up there. It's just like in my relationship with God is so much closer because I can focus better.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because a lot of this stuff kind of bothers us subconsciously. It's not like we're like where it's on the front of our brain, but it's in the back. So you're always kind of got a little something knocking on the door. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, it kind of like to me it looks like
That makes sense. Did I lose you
yeah,
guys?
to me it's like it seems like people are like not just brainwashed, right? But like almost hypnotized in a way where all you see is people repeating what they see on TV all the time, you know? Like I mean
Right.
really like not they don't even have an original thought. They just pick a side and pick a person they like. They hear something on the news and then they repeat it like it's their own thought, you know? And to me, that's the scary part, right? Like, I get it being brainwashed and all that, and it's just part of watching TV, I guess, right? But I think there's something more at play because it looks like there's a certain like group of sheep, you know what I mean, that are just repeating what just automatically. I don't know, man. They seem controlled, man, and
Yeah.
it's scary. It's scary, dude.
And here's the thing when you're trying to talk to some people, and I just kind of just thought about this is, when you're telling them that, we've been brainwashed, it seems like a really, really harsh term because people don't understand just how easy it is to be lied to, and that is brainwashing. I wish there was like some other softer term a guy could use, because like on David Weiss, on one of his talks he was doing at the beginning, he said, I had 7 years of college, I was going to be a doctor and all this and stuff, and then I dropped out. And the hosts were like, "Man, wow, we didn't know that about you." And he goes, "See, I'm lying. I was just kidding. That wasn't me." I mean, it's just that simple. Where when someone tells us something, we believe it, right? And
Right.
so we've been believing all these lies since we were just a little baby. I mean, it's just been pounded in our head. Then we had the TV telling us visions our whole life.
Yeah.
So I mean, that is brainwashing, and people don't quite understand that because, like, I know when I've talked to family or just even some friends, and, when you try to say, hey, we've been brainwashed, I think they think like you in a lab somewhere with, probes on your head and they're electrocuting you or something. It's
Right.
not that hard to brainwash somebody.
Well, and not only that, right? But they're doing this thing called it's hypnosis, but it's anchoring, right? Where they use sounds, right? Buzzers and bells and
Light
like
flashing.
right. They use that on the TV and then on your phone, right? It's beeping and buzzing and whatever, right? And when these anchor effects hypnotize you, and I'm trying to learn a little bit more about it, right? Like so I know what I'm talking about. But man, there's some pretty scary stuff with like it's not hard to hypnotize somebody. It's
No,
not.
and just go look at 60 hertz and see why your TVs and all that stuff are basically most of them are running in your computer screens at 60 hertz because they figured out that's the one that really gets to you and they can control you the most with it. I
Yeah,
mean, they have this stuff down to a science. I mean, they're not
they
stupid on
do.
this stuff.
Yeah, not only that, but then you got the internet speed, right, with the millimeter waves hitting you in the head. and then you're eating food with whatever ingredients are in it, monosodium, glutamate, whatever, right? And then you eat that, right? And then next thing you know, you're breathing in whatever they're dropping out of the sky, right?
Right.
And you go through all that, drink the water, right? Get some fluoride in you,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
put on that TV.
yeah, and I'll tell you what, was that lady that was on last night? Is her name Oso?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what we call her because she doesn't
Right.
want her name out there.
No,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
no. But the thing is, she made a point last night about praying before we eat, and that is so spot on because I think that when I pray, because I know, I mean, I try to have quality food, but I know all of it's contaminated. And that is really important when a Christian does pray and ask God to bless that food, because God knows we can't escape that, right? Or even when you take a drink of water, I mean, all the
yeah.
chemicals and poisons and stuff that are in it, and God honors
Everything.
that. I think that's why He designed that 2,000 years ago.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Oh,
absolutely, absolutely. I mean, you
yeah,
can't
no,
even eat the freshest thing without it being
right.
contaminated now.
I mean, you want to try to buy the highest quality and stuff that you can if you can get to local markets and grow farmers and stuff. But now there's a difference. I mean, if you're just buying bags of Doritos and Frosted Flakes, that's a different story. Now, if you have breakfast, I get it. But I mean, you know what I'm trying to say? If a person can eat bad food on purpose, intentionally,
Yeah,
versus you have to just eat, you
that's right.
know, and
That's right.
so be careful what we put in, but always give thanks and ask God to bless that food.
And
It's
and
important, even if it's just in your mind, a quiet, silent prayer. No one needs to know you're praying. It's no one's business.
yeah, like in the military, we call them bullet prayers, right? Close your eyes and pray real quick. If
Right.
you have the time, but I don't mind praying. I'll sit there and shoot. I'll meditate over some food if I have to. You know,
Amen, bro.
I'll just sit there and just be me and Jesus, right? And
Right.
forget people. But I used to think, right, that well, when people bought like organic produce or something like that, I used to think that was like, oh, it was like better dirt or no pesticides or something. But I heard that it's non gene affected or whatever, non GMO.
Yep. Yep.
So meaning it's just like vegetables that grow regular vegetables and fruit, and the other stuff we get is like altered. It's not even
Real.
natural. They add it to something else, some other kind of creature or something like that. They mix the genes. Oh, that's I mean, that's horrific, man. Like,
Well,
what if
even the
they mix
seeds.
it, huh?
Even if you want to grow stuff yourself and you go buy seeds, those seeds have been altered. I mean, they're making the seeds too.
Oh my God.
I mean, if you can buy from county markets and on the roadside like you guys were talking about, you are getting a higher quality and less poisoned food, but it's not 100% like it used to be. I mean, just think back in the day when we were kids, most of us are a little bit older in here, how good a watermelon was and how many seeds was in that
Oh,
bugger.
that's
Now,
right.
you
Yeah,
know, it looks like it's shredded beef inside it when you open them up.
I know it. I
And you got
know
a
it.
couple little white seeds. It's like, for real?
Yeah, they've
I mean,
altered it and it's messed up, man.
yeah, they
It's
couldn't even
messed
give me my
up.
watermelon. I love me some melon.
And I
Just
wonder if they're
saying.
doing that. Are they doing that to the animals and all that? Like, like to get the animals to reproduce more? Are they adding another animal, a rodent or something, to a cow? You know what I mean? Like to get them to. I don't know, man. I start
Well,
thinking
I don't
about
know if
that
they have
kind of
to go
crap.
that far, Steve. They just pump
But
them
it's
with all kinds
nasty,
of
man.
steroids and other stuff. I mean, they're
I'm
growing
in
beef in
fear.
culture discs.
Yeah,
I
I'm in
mean,
fear of that though. I mean, just uh the like adding like say like half banana, half rat or something. Like I don't want that. I don't want that. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, oh yeah, the banana season is great this year because it's mixed with rat.
yeah. I doubt that I would put anything past these people. I mean, they're that evil.
Oh,
right? I mean, that's the sad
great.
part.
You're right. I mean, this is we're at the like cartoon villain level of how I mean this is like beyond what reality really is. Like if you can think of it, they're doing it.
Right.
Oh man, that's horrible, man. I mean,
It's
I
horrible.
wish I had better news for people, right?
But it's good. It's awesome for people to know this, though. You know what I'm saying? So that maybe someone isn't praying over every meal and this and that. I mean, we can't help what we have to buy out of the grocery store to survive, but we do have the option whether to pray and ask God to bless that food or not.
That's right. That's right. And
You
and
know,
you're gonna feel a lot better if you do.
right?
And
And you're not
I trust God, right? Like at this point, like I trust God with everything. And even like if say I pray and I don't get kind of what I expected, I still know that it made a difference. It definitely made a difference.
right.
And
And I know God's protecting me from the food I've eaten.
yeah,
100%, I know that. You know,
absolutely, man. There's like a lot of evidence he's been protecting you through this whole thing, right?
yeah. And I hate to say it, even sometimes when I just eat some chips, I feel guilty praying and ask God to bless it, but I know I have to because it's not good for me. I
Yeah,
try not to eat lots of that stuff, but at times I do. I hate to use
yeah,
the excuse I'm human,
right.
but some
It's
late
valuable,
potato
man.
chips with a big bacon cheeseburger hits the spot, baby.
Oh yeah, that sounds good, man. That sounds
I'm just
good.
keeping it real, bro.
Yeah, yeah. I like them pancakes too. Them New York
Blueberry.
cheesecake pancakes.
Oh,
Those are good, man. Those are like 1,500 calories each, man. They got little chunks of cheesecake in them.
oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know. That's horrible, huh? With strawberry syrup on top of that. Oh my God, that's just the worst thing ever. No wonder I'm dying. I'm over here in my stomach.
Right, right,
And I don't know what's going on, man. Health wise, I'm good except for that. And I take this pill called oh, I can't really talk about it. I take
right.
like a heartburn pill. And I don't have heartburn. It doesn't go up my esophagus or anything. My acid just builds up. So I don't know what it is. I guess there's just stomach acid over, and it goes through my kidneys or whatever.
Man, I
It's
bet you if you were able to ask Tom Cowan that question, he's got that channel called Talking Turkey with Tom.
oh
And
yeah,
if you catch that live, you can put questions in the comment section, and he answers lots of them. You just might get an answer live. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna do that. Talking turkey with Tom, right?
Yeah, yeah.
All
I
right.
actually I can't believe that I just found that channel because I watch them on BitChute all the time, but then they're not live.
How
You
come he's
know,
allowed? How come he's allowed to do that, and we
very
can't?
he's very careful what he puts out there. He's very careful what
Okay.
he says.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm
Yeah,
glad he's doing it because somebody's got to be doing it because and know how to talk, right? Like,
right,
'cause, I mean, if I slip up just a little bit, like we didn't even really say anything that one time, and
right.
boom, strike.
Yeah, and I am surprised that because his other videos from because he's got a couple channels on YouTube have been taken down, but
Yeah,
he has them on YouTube, and then they always go over to BitChute. But at least while it's live, Steve, if you happen to catch it and ask that question and he answers it, you'll have it. But I
yeah,
don't think he's not going to answer questions from previous videos because during the live stream, he at the end, usually the last half hour, 45 minutes, he picks a handful of questions and explains everything. So I would try to catch him live, and it's only a couple of days a week. You might catch a break there when everybody should be praying that you get that question answered.
yeah.
You
And
know,
Cindy's been like really helpful. Like, she's given me a couple of like good things to do, like with some like apple cider vinegar and cold water and things like that that have kind of helped me.
I wonder if there's like a mixture of a little bit of baking soda,
Yeah,
glass of water or something like that would help neutralize because there are ways to detox what's going on and get rid of that for you. I know that. I
yeah,
think I've
it
heard
does.
Carrie Madej or someone like that talk about that.
Yeah, it does help. There's a point where if I do it too much, then I feel the effects of the stuff, you know. And
Right,
so there's kind of a balance point where it's like, okay, this is as much benefit as I'm gonna get, you know. But
right, right,
it's enough. It's enough. It's just scary that like to be dependent on anything, right? You're like, wow, I need this stuff, man, or I'm gonna have problems, right? Like if I ever have to go out there on the road, you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna have to have a backpack full of this stuff, you know?
right.
And that might be our reality, man. We this is apocalyptic stuff coming up, man, and we might be like on the move, right? You have a house to guard, right, with food and all that. I mean, people are going to get violent.
Right. No,
You,
absolutely, absolutely. And
you,
yeah,
you know,
it's and if we're here during that, yeah, I mean that's exactly what's going to have to happen. And and I
yeah.
am ready and prepared to do just that.
I
You
think we're
know,
out of here, though. I don't think we're going to be here that long into it, you know. But
I
it'll
agree.
be the beginning of it, though. I feel like it will because that man of sin, when he comes, he's going to fix a lot of problems.
But when that man of
So
sin comes, we'll be gone.
that's right. That's what I'm saying, right? So it'll get to the point where the food shortages, and then the probably some problems with our electricity, or whatever kind of issues, right? And then just before the man of sin is revealed, um we're going to be out of here. But I think there's going to be a start of that kind of stuff happening.
Right. Oh,
I
absolutely.
don't.
I mean, we already are seeing the start of it, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So
you
do
know
I.
I'm not naive about it. Like I think there's some people that are like they believe that it's the end, but like their head's not clicking yet that this is what it is, you know?
Right.
And it's like something is like I don't know how to explain it, but like something's holding them back from thinking. They're still thinking of themselves, and like little problems, right? Like with it's like, hey, it's time to like we need to iron out little problems we have with each other and little stupid stuff and all that, right? And I get it if people's feelings get hurt once in a while, but we got to suck it up, man.
And
And
really, there is no time to be worrying about people's feelings. I mean, it's time for people, Christians, to start getting mature. You know,
yeah,
and I know they're still going to be young babes, but they're going to have to grow up really fast. But those,
yeah,
Christians who've been saved for several years now and know quite a bit about the Bible, or have read quite a bit, are the ones that really need to take that big leap forward, because we need to be strong for the younger Christians that are just newly saved and don't have no idea about anything. And if all
right,
we're doing is bickering over stupid stuff, that's doing nobody any good.
yeah.
Swallow that pride, get rid of your ego, and just be ready to help anybody in need.
And start separating from that worldly stuff, right? Like
Yes.
really get spiritually mature. And like if you see somebody that is more spiritually mature than you, right? Like when somebody comes that's more spiritually mature than me, I just try to latch on, right? And like grow,
Right.
like this person is ahead of where I'm at, and I need to get there, and not like it's a competition, right? But it's just like the better example you could be for somebody else, right? You might be the only Bible someone sees in their life, you know
Absolutely.
and so
Absolutely.
you're evidence of that.
Yep. And we need to be an example, and we need to be rise above what's going on all around us. You like we need mature men raising young, helping it raise and teach young men. We need the older women to start teaching and training the younger women, and that's Christian wise. You
I
know,
agree.
I mean, because it is time to put away these egos and to just really mature spiritually.
Amen.
And it's not
Well,
easy to do because there's not much. I mean, I've had no one to teach me. I've learned everything like the hard way. The chastening you guys were talking about last night. Yeah,
yeah,
God's put my
chasing.
pants down and chased me pretty an often amount of times. Okay, it's not fun,
Yeah, exactly.
but I'm thankful that I listened and I took it, and suffered through it.
That's right, man. Welcome, Faith. How you doing?
There's my girl.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you guys doing?
Doing good.
Faith is
Good.
always giving me a hard time, Steve.
I know it.
Keep
I
an eye
know
on
it.
her. Keep an eye on
Yeah,
that
I
girl.
know. Trust me, I do. I keep an eye. I keep her in front of me. You never
He keeps
know,
me in
right?
check.
But I think that that's important, right? Like, like it's been kind of. I mean, I guess I'm in a position where I kind of have to be, um, you know, more patient and more kind of tolerant, right? Because I get people coming in, I get one person come in, call me an asshole, another person over here is, learning something else, and I'm trying to like, everything's going so fast because you're live, right? You're live, and people are watching, and you got all these people, reacting, and how like if there's like issues or fights going on, right? Who's gonna who's gonna tip someone else over, right? What subjects are gonna be bad, right? And so I'm kind of forced in that position, or else I'm gonna end up tap dancing all day.
But
And
here's the thing
so,
on that, Steve. You really
yeah,
ought to have one or two people that have the wrenches that where
I
you give
know
them
it.
like full discretion, because that's something when your show is live, you should not have to look at or deal with at all.
Yeah.
And Faith or anybody else, would be very fair. And when that's happening, let her time them out or boot them. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like I say,
Well,
this isn't a time for the games. This is where we want people who really want to learn and grow and come to Christ.
Well, I'll say this: if one of you guys boot somebody, then that's fine. I'm cool with that. I mean, I may like unban them
Unboot.
if right,
Right.
yeah. If they give me an email and a reason, that's like, okay, this person's serious about wanting to come here. Then
Right.
I'll unban them or something like that. But yeah, go ahead. I mean, I
But
wouldn't get
see,
mad at that.
I wish you could just boot someone for the day. I would, you know what I mean? It's a bummer that you have to ban them and you have to go back and do work and try to find them and unban them, you
Yeah,
know. But nevertheless, you can't have your show getting um, during
attacked.
the live stream, have people in there causing a ruckus because that's going to just turn someone away who really wants to come to know Christ and get on board here and try to grow. But say a young Christian comes in and sees that going on, he'd be like, that's just like every other chat room.
Yeah, it's happened. I
I
mean,
know, I've seen
Yeah.
it. I've left the show because of it.
I've actually had like, people that, are have come to the show for a long time, that are, I would say like a big part of our show, right? They flip out, and it's like, okay, well, I can't have that all the time, like
No,
at some point, like, there's got to be some kind of, I hate to say consequence, because then I feel like, what am I, like somebody's daddy? I mean, it's horrible, right? But like, I'm like, there's got to be some kind of consequence or punishment for that, right? And it's weird, man. Like, I don't know what it is. I know that like a lot of us have been indoctrinated not only by the world, but by sometimes a pastor or church, right?
a
And
parent,
right, and we hear
Mhm.
things a certain way, right? And if we don't hear it that way, the way we learned it, right? Some people flip out. I mean,
right?
really flip out. And I don't know how to fix that because a certain amount of us are, maybe more messed up than the other. It's not their fault, right? It's just
No, and I
how it
do
is.
understand that. That's
Yeah.
where using the timeout or just banning them for the day and going back and unbanning them
Yeah.
works, But it isn't something you have to struggle through for an hour of a show. That needs to be ended right away and deal with whatever gets dealt with after the fact,
I
you
Yeah.
will
know.
be very, very happy to chest kick people for you.
Right.
And
Right.
Faith will
What's up?
do
What's truth?
Oh
Faith will
yeah,
do a
this
great
was
job
true.
though. She won't go overboard like me. She'll probably even be a little bit more tolerant. I'm not tolerant. You've
Should we
seen that,
lose him?
Steve.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's all oiled up and ready to go. Just tagging people left and right.
Yeah, well, I mean, and I
Talk
don't
shit to the
want to.
wall.
I like to have everybody on board like we are.
Yeah. I know. Hey, I mean, look, hey, every time I've seen people give the speech, right? Come on, guys, we really need to get together and be, the whole rah rah speech. I see the whole chat. Oh, here we go again with these people, wanting to, and nobody really responds to that, right? It's like, but that would be the best thing, right? Is for everyone to like, get along and be like that, right? But the reality is that maybe we can get like 70% of the people like that,
Oh yeah,
and
and I know not we can't agree 100% on everything, but there's certain things that we really should be able to.
I
The
know it.
majority of stuff we should be able to.
I
Yeah.
mean, we're trying to nail down salvation these last couple of days, and probably have to keep doing it. Like really nail down what salvation is, and keep it narrow, and and know that it's right. You know what I mean? And then we have to start nailing down like other stuff that's like important doctrine. It's all important, but it's like you know it's hard to nail these things down and have everybody this is right. And it's weird because you're like, okay, if I have 12 people in here or 8 people in here, we should get at least 2 people to agree 100% with each other. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but it's not true. You can't even get 2 people that agree 100%.
But I think
So,
if you're looking at the salvation doctrine, I would bet if we had a little Bible study on that, you only need a couple of scriptures.
right.
Um,
I
and
agree.
it should be narrowed down to 100%. And those who wouldn't agree just don't want to see it because the Bible's very, very clear
I think
on
so.
salvation.
It,
Well,
it
see,
looks
and
pretty.
I think that's something we also need to understand is if like we can't wake them up.
Right.
You
Right.
know,
No, no,
we can
no.
say
Yeah,
what we
that's
can
not
say
going to
what we
happen.
say. We can say what
Yeah.
we say. We can preach what we preach. Show scripture after scripture, but
Can't
it's
wake nobody up.
it's up to the Most High. So what we really have to do is just pray that
Plant that seed.
right.
That's
Plant the
it.
seed,
Yeah, you're
and
right.
then yeah,
I mean, I used to fall for that, right? Like I had to learn that lesson the hard way, right? Where I thought I could get somebody from start to finish, like really sell somebody, like I was, some kind of, cosmic salesman or something,
Well,
like
here's the thing with that, though, Steve, but you have to understand. I mean, that's not our job. God wants some of that responsibility, right?
yeah,
We
no,
gotta
well,
God do his part, baby.
it's his glory, right? And here I am,
Right.
trying to get, but I mean, I would like really push people, right? And like they would get really mad. Like
Oh
I
yeah.
think I was almost causing damage, like
Right.
like causing like them to turn away
It
mhm,
even
does.
more. And so I had to learn that the hard way. That was a hard lesson to learn. But the other one that was hard for me was kicking the dust, right? Knowing when to quit with somebody, right? Knowing when to stop. Like I kept giving them chances over and over and over and over and over.
yeah.
And then and after a while, that like they just don't have the intention to assimilate here. They just want to be a problem
Right. And
sometimes.
the thing is, you don't even have to give up on them 100%, but you don't have to
Right.
be after them. You preach the word. If they don't want to hear it, let them go because God's still working on them because they're not talking.
Amen.
Doesn't mean the Holy Spirit isn't talking to them because that seed has been planted.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I agree.
You know,
I
that's
agree.
that,
I think I've gotten a lot better over the years. I think I've learned I've learned some things the hard way, but I think that we're at a point now where we're reaching people, and we got a small group.
You do a
It's a
good job.
small number of clicks. It's not like it was before when we had all that drama and a wide road and all this other goofiness, right?
unreal how
And
people are attracted to that, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sad.
it is, it is. I mean, look at the videos that have the clicks on them, right? I mean that video I did with Urban Disciples and Peanut, right? It was just off the hook, right? It's got like 250 clicks, man. You know what I mean? Like it's like 5 times what we get normally on a show, man, for drama. I mean, just straight up
Right.
drama.
Yeah.
And
People like drama.
yeah, and it's it's
Read Tom,
sad.
read Tom and my texts. We got some drama.
Keep it up, girl.
I'm playing.
I know you are. No, faith is very, very wonderful and helpful to me the last few months of my life. So much
I
appreciated.
love you, Tom.
Yeah, she's helpful for sure around here.
No, she's kept me on the straight and narrow several times. So, and I know we joke around and give each other a hard time here and there, but we know that's just fun. You got to keep it light sometimes. I mean, life is pretty harsh right now, and it's nice when you can have a laugh here and there in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, right? Like we talk about how the world is messed up, right? But in reality, right? Like we are at peace and and like when we find out about these things that confirm like the end times, right? It isn't hopeless to us. I mean, I
Yeah.
think that like overall we feel peace. It's just we're talking about the world falling apart for
Right.
them, for the people that are out in it. Like, I mean, if we weren't doing this to get like say new sheep, I'd probably just kind of separate from all of this, right? And be at peace. If I just had to worry about me and nobody else,
Mhm.
then it would be, I'd be at peace. But
Right.
Happy
I
and
feel,
content, knowing where you're going. But
yeah,
there's this one little thing. I just don't
yeah,
want everyone. I don't want everyone going the other way. But it's,
that's right.
you
I
know,
love people.
we can
It's
only do
too
what we can
hard.
do.
It's too
Yeah,
when you love people, it's hard, man. That's the whole thing, right? Because you don't want
Mhm.
anybody to not make it, right? Even the person in the world that's hurt me the most, I don't want them to not make it.
right.
No.
It's terrifying to me to think about someone going in that lake of fire, man.
We
Yeah.
probably moments where we wanted them sent there right away, but
Oh yeah, man. Of course.
speaking, but no, I wouldn't want anybody to go there.
No,
Yeah.
'cause it's forever. It's eternity.
Oh my
That's
God.
so sad.
Yeah.
But I have to get off, guys. I got to run out of the shop now.
Alrighty, Tom. I love you,
Bye,
man.
Tom.
God
Sorry.
bless you.
God bless you guys. Enjoy the rest of the show. We'll holler later.
Love you,
Alrighty,
dude.
buddy. Have a good day, bud. Love you. Tom's a good egg, man.
Yeah, he's cool.
I love Tom, man. Thanks for joining, Faith. I appreciate it.
Me too. I only hopped on because I wasn't driving anymore, and so I was like, and then Tom texted me. He was like, "Are you gonna get on the show, girl?" So I was like,
Yeah, that's
okay.
good then. So how you been? I don't ever check in with you guys too much, like you and Shannon and them. I just figured you guys are okay, but
You check in
maybe
with me. What are you talking about?
but I mean, I feel like I don't give you enough, because I give everybody else like a lot more attention. And so
Oh,
like I
maybe
always
some of them
feel
need it
like,
more.
yeah, well, I know that, but just I'm available, whatever, like for if anybody has a question or needs anything or whatever, or if I could help you get to like a service or something like that, then I'll do that. But
And I do know this, and I do appreciate that
uh,
about you. You're always texting me, "Hey, how's it going? Are you okay?"
yeah,
And
I
I
do it to I
appreciate
try to do
that.
it to everybody, like there's probably like 130 of us that are like kind of like because some people come like once a week, some people come once a month. Like there's like about 130 of us. I try to reach everybody, but it's hard. It's hard to do that sometimes,
Sure, sure.
you know. And so,
Well, someone like Shannon will just text me a picture of her cat.
yeah,
She doesn't
yeah,
ask me how I am. No, I'm
yeah,
kidding.
yeah. But she just texts you a picture of her cat, and like that's the message
Oh
for the
yeah,
day.
her and Vader Jones were. I think they were like, there's.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen Vader Jones in a little
Yeah,
bit. Yeah.
yeah. Vader was showing all her cats, and then she was telling us their names, and one of them is an asshole or something like that.
So how many cats does she have? Like,
I think she has four.
okay, okay.
It was just fun. It
That's
was funny because they were
that's like the
texting each other
limit.
pictures of their
It's
cats.
four is like the limit, right? You don't want to have like 12 cats.
Oh, she has tons of turkeys, I think.
Yeah, but see, that's good to have turkeys though, 'cause that's food right
Mm.
there.
Those turkeys are aggressive.
Yeah. Are they? They're aggressive?
Yeah, they're
Uh,
violent.
well, this is what's weird, right? Okay, I live near Sacramento, right, which is like, the capital of California, right? And it's city. I mean, it's there's no real country or nothing. I mean, I guess you go up a few miles here or there, you can find that, but it's mostly just inner city type stuff, right? There's
Okay.
turkeys everywhere in certain neighborhoods, right? I don't know
Really?
where these turkeys came from, or like, because there's nowhere that they could have come from. I don't know, but like
They're
there's
just
a
hanging
ton.
out.
Yeah, but like they just keep. I don't know if they breed fast or whatever. Like once you get turkeys, you just have them. I don't know, but
I
there's
don't know
some
either.
areas where there's tons of turkeys in Sacramento, just in
Oh,
regular neighborhoods.
wow, that's weird. They peck
Yes,
at you.
man. Yes. I don't know if they peck at you because they never got close to one, but they're all over the place. You're driving like on the side of the road and like in neighborhoods, running
That's
around. Yeah, it's crazy, man. You're like, that looks out of place to me. And then I didn't know this, right? But a turkey and a peacock can reproduce together.
what?
Yes, and
No way.
yeah. It creates another animal, right?
Oh no.
Another, yeah, yes, and they're the same kind of animal. They're both birds, right? But like they can reproduce, and I forget what the thing is
They
called.
can have
If
babies?
if someone could look it up, like what a turkey and a peacock makes, what animal that makes, I would be so grateful because
A
I couldn't believe.
pterodactyl.
Yeah, well, I couldn't believe it. No, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, no way, right? Like
Yeah.
they shouldn't be able to, but they're the same kind of animal, I guess, and they're close enough in relation to do that. And
Hmm.
so when you see these weird looking half turkey peacocks, it's crazy, man.
You've
And
seen
I'm
one?
in the city. Yes, I'm in the city. And yeah, I'm in the city, and there's turkeys everywhere, and there's like once in a while a peacock turkey. Like it's not cool, man.
It's not cool.
Yeah, some species can mate. That's what AGM's saying, and that's how, like, like when Noah had like the animals on the ship or whatever. They like there are animals that can like kind of crossbreed. Like some animals can do that, like a tiger and a lion like can do that. You know,
Oh my
like
goodness.
they make a liger or a tigon, but
Like,
like. Right, but a tigon, right? The tiger one is like way bigger than the lion. Like it's like three times the size of the lion. I mean, it makes an animal way bigger. Like the dominant tiger lion, right? It is humongous, and then the other way around, it's like more a small animal, like
well,
a
I know I've
lion.
seen these like teacup puppies. Like they're so tiny. They have the shortest little freaking legs. They can sit inside of a teacup literally. But because they were like
It's crazy, huh?
yeah, they were bred with something else. I don't know, another different type of dog. But they're so tiny, they can sit inside of a teacup.
They're
But
so
the bad
beautiful.
part is when you breed these little dogs, they can only live for like 2 years.
Yeah, they get little breathing problems and stuff like that.
Yeah. And then they have
Yeah.
walking issues, like they can't walk right or something like
Yeah,
that.
now that
Their
bothers me,
legs are so
right?
tiny.
When they mess with genetics so much that it hurts the animal, then I don't like that.
Right. That's what
I
I
don't
don't
like
like
that.
is what like
Yeah.
okay, you're breeding a cat with whatever, but the baby is going to have living issues, like they can't walk, they have liver disease, I don't know, something. That's when I'm like, don't do that. That's just not right.
Yeah. I want someone to look up what that animal is
I
called.
know these two.
Who has Google? Does
Let me
anybody
see if
have
I have
Google? Like look up what a
oh, found it.
turkey and a peacock, what kind of animal that makes. I know AJF says Satan's messing with our genetics right now. I know it, man. I know it. Human genetics.
Oh yeah, I
I mean, it's
know.
sick, man. I know I don't want to say too much about it, but Man, it sucks we can't talk about that. It
Yeah.
sucks, man. Because like if man, it just sucks, man. I'm gonna start doing some shows on channel 2 so we can like be more free to say whatever. And I wish they made it so it's like not impossible to build this channel again. It'd be impossible to do it again. I mean,
What is
it'd
it
be very
called? I'm trying to see
it'd
what
be
it's called.
I know.
I
Come on,
can't.
AJ. AJ, go look it up. Come on.
Come on, AJM. It's not saying the name. It's just saying, yeah, they can breed with each other. But tell me the name.
Oh, you're looking it up right now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so did you see a picture of it?
Yes, I did. Oh my
Oh man,
goodness. That
it
is
is goofy.
horrific.
It's
That's not
goofy
pretty.
looking. No, it's kind of a sad thing, you know. You're like,
It looks awful. Poor
but but
bird.
it but nobody does that on purpose. I mean, these are animals that choose to do that. Like no nobody is breeding these things, you know. It's just something that happens, you know. They just I don't know.
Northern
They
Nester?
they fall
No.
in love, I guess, you know.
Well, if they do it on their own, go ahead. But when people like freaking
Yeah,
mess
when
with,
they
yeah,
people do stuff like that, yeah, mad scientist is not good. God's
right.
world is designed to be like perfect, you know. Everything like when I found out about like science being a lie and all that, like that like changed everything for me because now I know that everything on this earth was created for us. Like nothing was like, oh, we discovered this and oh, we could eat it, you know. No, that was made for us to eat. This water
Right.
was made for us, specifically for our body. Like, it's not just like, some caveman was like, ooh, we can drink this. This is good, you know? It wasn't a discovery, right? It was like an intentional creation. Everything, the stars, the moon, the sky.
Okay. Oh, AJM, you're right. It does say they're unable to mate.
No, but, oh, it says they're unable to mate?
Yeah.
No, then
It,
it's mixed with some other thing. Try a chicken or something like that, because I've seen one of these goofy
it
things,
says
man.
there are no turkey peacock hybrids. The two birds are different species and therefore unable to mate. Well, then what is this?
So you have
Sorry.
but you have a picture of one, right?
It's a hybrid. Yeah, there was a picture. Where did it go? If
Well,
there was a
I'm
picture.
gonna look it up because it's mixed with some. Try a chicken. Maybe it's a chicken. I don't know. Maybe it's a chicken but a
There
chicken would
was a
be.
picture and it was not a pretty picture.
Yeah, it's a messed up looking
It had
thing.
color. It had color like a peacock. But
I mean,
there
it's
it
not
is. There it
real.
is.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my
not real.
goodness.
It's not real messed up, but I mean, it's not
No, it's
pretty
a
either.
horrid.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Um,
don't know what they're saying. They don't interbreed.
it's showing a picture, but then it's saying they're unable to mate. Then what is this? Certain birds that look like they are a hybrid of a turkey and a peacock, which is common myth.
Oh, some birds look like they're a hybrid.
That's what it's saying.
So it's just some peacocks
It
are just
does look
weird
like a
looking.
hybrid, though.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Then maybe it's just something that looks like that. Because I'm like, oh, well, how could they not be able to do it if you could see them?
Well, then there's another one right under. See, Google is so messed up. Physically, yes, turkeys and peacocks can mix and mate with one another. What
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because it's
is a yes
happening.
no, Google?
Google saying yes and no.
At the
Yeah,
same time, I
yeah.
know.
And you know what, man? I can't believe it, man. I can't believe that we're so like dependent on this Google, right?
I
And
know.
we used to be able to kind of trust it, and now forget it. It's for you can't get it, nothing, no good information. I mean, I want to go back to where, if you wanted to know something, you had to ask your dad, you know?
Ask Dad.
Yeah, before Google, like before you had Google, we didn't have nothing to like encyclopedia, I guess. You could go look it up, right? But
Right.
but
Yeah.
but most of all, you just said, hey dad,
Hey, Dad.
what happened in the French American War and blah blah blah, you know?
Oh yeah. And then you'd be stuck for hours.
Yeah, then you'd be like, okay, well, whatever he knew about it or whatever he made up, then you just okay, all right, that's cool. Napoleon or whatever, right?
Yeah, you better strap in because he'll be talking for 3 hours about it.
Yeah, so yeah, if you ask granddad or something like that, he'll tell you about his whole life, All righty.
It's just absolutely, they're excellent at breeding with others of their species. They can't interbreed though.
They can breed with other species, but they can't interbreed.
I don't
I
know.
have no idea what that even means.
Google, you're kind of
Well, it's time to hit the old dusty trail.
musty whale.
Thank you so much for coming on, Faith. I appreciate it. And another thank you for Tom. Grateful for that. And praise Jesus for his sacrifice and his grace. All
Amen.
glory to God because he deserves it. And pray for the children. Pray for anybody being victimized out there. Pray for each other. And I will see you guys tonight at 4 p.m.
Love y'all.